Hi guys, it's Irene's Braids and I am back with another video. So today I'll be doing a video on corn rolling, doing larger feed-in cornrows, and I'll be using the color 1B27 ombre braiding hair along with the color 2. But what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to go ahead and start feeding in the color 2 braiding hair, and then I will add in the 1B27 ombre braiding hair towards the ends. So we're going to just add it towards the ends only, just to kind of make the braids look a little bit more jazzier than just doing a strict color, two. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start parting out my sections, and I will be back to let you guys know how I am going to feed in those cornrows. Let's continue watching. So again, you guys, we are using the color 2 braiding hair along with the 1B27 ombre braiding hair. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of my Murray's Edge Wax to the front of her hairline. And I'm going to take my Irene's Braids parting comb and I'm going to just kind of clean up what I've already done. So to begin the braids, I like to part the natural hair into 3. And then I like to go ahead and start braiding her natural hair first. And then as I start the braid off, I will feed in a piece of braiding hair in between my index and my thumb finger. And I will continue to keep adding until I reach the consistency that I'm looking for as far as the thickness of the braid. So I guess to kind of help you guys out, if I were you, if you're new to adding in hair, just kind of count out how many times you're going to add it and what the next step would be. So for me, I just kind of braid it in 1, 2, add, 1, 2, add, 1, 2, add. So you guys can kind of get that method down and just add based upon what you feel is the consistency of the braid that you're looking for. So now that I'm adding another piece, I'll braid 1, comb it through, 2, and I'm getting ready to add again. Now when you add, you're adding for the consistency of the braid that you would like. My client has, her hair is a little thicker, so I don't have to add too much, otherwise the braid would be too bulgy and too big, and that's not the look that we're going for. So I would braid down a couple of times before I add in another piece. And I'm only doing it that way because I don't want the braid to be too big. Okay, and so that's the method that I like to try to keep up with. Try to take that comb and or a brush, whichever one you prefer, and comb through, comb to kind of lay the natural hairs down, and then roll and tuck away what you can, and then add product on your fingers. I like to use a little bit of the Murray's Edge Wax on my index fingers as I'm braiding. That just kind of helps me get like a nice, consistent hold and grip as I'm braiding. So I do recommend that you do that as well. And I'm going to keep feeding in the hair until I reach the back of her kitchen. That's what we used to call it back in the days, when you reach the kitchen. and I get the hairs in there nice and neatly. And I will continue this method the entire way through. Okay. Now I like to underhand once I get to the back of my client's hair, and then I like to roll and tuck that natural hair behind the braiding hair. And then I will also take a little bit more of the Murray's Edge Wax, and I will use that to kind of help with the grip, and then also to roll and tuck that hair away and just hide as much of the natural hair as possible. Okay, and that is what I would do to start off my braids. So we are going to get to how I like to feed in the ombre. Remember I told you guys in the beginning of this video I like to do the feed in with the ombre braiding hair. So I'm going to add in the 1B27 ombre hair, and what I did here is I used a very, very small piece of braiding hair. That way it's not bulgy or one of those knotted looks in the braid. You don't want that. So you want to start off with a small piece of braiding hair just to blend it very nicely. Then you're going to take another small piece and you'll add it in to blend it very nicely, because mind you, we're going from color 2 and transitioning into an ombre look. So we don't want it to show exactly where it started at. Okay. And so by doing that, you downsize the pieces that you're adding in so that way it can blend nicely. And so with that being said, I'm going to continue letting you guys watch me add in the braiding hair and feed in the color 1B27, and I will show you guys what length we end up going with. All right, let's continue watching. So I am adding in some more hair, you guys. Remind you, I'm using that 1-2 method. I'm going to add in some more hair. And I make sure I use small pieces at the top, and I will gradually thicken up those pieces, or I will double up my pieces as I get to the thicker areas of her head. And then what I will do also is keep using my Murray's Edge Wax to help with that grip. So typically cornrows can last the client up to about 2 weeks. Definitely for the size that we are doing here. But this style is definitely cute to have for the summer. You could definitely bun it in the back for a cute little bun, and then also wear them to the length that you desire. So with that being said, I'm going to let you guys continue watching me add in the hair. Remember that when I'm braiding down towards the middle and the back, I try to continue to braid without adding pieces, because her hair is a little thicker. I don't need to continue to keep adding. If your client has thinner hair, then you want to add as you go. But for her specifically, I don't need to add as much because she does have a lot of hair, and I'm able to fill in the braid as needed without having to add too much braiding hair. Remember guys, the more braiding hair that you add, the thicker your braid will be. So if you're adding in hair and you think the braid is too thick, take it down, redo it, and then maybe not add so many pieces. And then definitely count out how many times you're braiding down before you add, so that way you know, okay, yeah, maybe yay or nay, I don't need to add it anymore. And guys, this is always about the touch, okay? Feeding in cornrows is about the touch. When you feel like it's getting too thin in a certain area, you want to add. And I think for braiders who understand what I mean, when I say it's all in the touch, you know what I mean. Like as far as in, if it's thinning out, you need to add more pieces. So for my beginner braiders, just pay attention to that, and I'm sure you'll definitely get a grasp of what I'm saying as far as in where to add in more hair. Okay, so with that being said, let's continue watching. guys, doing these larger feet in cornrows, those really just like take the breath out of me. I don't know what it is. I prefer to do knotless. I prefer to do box braiding. That's more of the things that I prefer to do. The feet in cornrows is not something that I like to really do too much, especially for this size. I just don't really care to do them, but I do them because my clients ask, they have requests for something, quick. But if someone has a lot of, hair, if their hair is thick, it takes a lot of work out of you. Like my hands are always like so tensed after braiding styles like this. Okay. So I just thought I'd throw it out there. However, you guys, we're getting down to the last two cornrows. I didn't want to make this video too long. I always get the comments where it says, don't make the video so long, or give us more in the video. So sometimes I don't really know what you guys want. So I try to go based off what I think. So I hope that this video was informative for you. And I hope that you did learn some quick gems here that I have dropped to help you better achieve your corn rolling skills. All right, you guys. So with that being said, let's continue watching. And I will continue to feed in more hair and show you guys the final results. All right, let's continue watching. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this video was informative for you. This sums up our summer cornrows with our ombre 1B27 highlights added towards the ends. These are falling more so hip length, and we are loving them. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.